Fellowship family! The dream is dead. The dream will never come true. I will never make it in music how I want to. If you are curious as to what I am talking about, the story of what I am talking about, and why I am so negative, stay tuned for today's video. This story can be pretty much teed up off of the last video. If you haven't seen that one, it's What We Stand For. It's the title of it. Go listen to that first, because a lot of the beginning of that video will tee up what I'm about to talk about here. But if you're new to the channel and you haven't seen that video, pretty much when I was 19, wasn't in the best headspace, didn't know what I wanted to do with my life, all that fun jazz, the radio and a Bon Jovi CD kept me sane, kept me from rock bottom, and it eased that fall from grace until I figured out who I was and who I wanted to be. I realized in that all I wanted to do was help people because of music, and I needed to pay it back. Now, while I was realizing that, well, I was going to Quinn Sigmund Community College in Worcester. Every time I'd go back and forth from college, that one semester, and work, my radio was always set to one dial. One. So when I say the radio helped, I mean one station. That station was 107.3 WAAF. Now, for the non-Massachusetts residents watching this video, it used to be a alternative rock station. And this station was on the air for 50 years. They were one of the first stations to play Guns N' Roses. They were one of the first stations to play Godsmack. They were one of the first stations to play Shinedown. Like, they blew up Shinedown and Godsmack's careers. Very, would take chances on these newer artists, and then it would blow up all the time. They just did not care and would take risks. So I would just be in this bad headspace driving up and down 190 listening to it. So what did WAF mean to me? Well, as I already pointed out, the dial rarely ever changed. I listened to it all day, every day. When I say all day, every day, I'm not kidding. It was my day job, I'm landscaping, power tools. My winter job, I'm in the back of a kitchen with this tiny little AM/FM radio on. So all day, every day, almost the entirety of the year, I have a radio on 40 to 50 hours a week. And it was almost always on this station. Maybe 1 or 2 hours of the week it was on classical music, which I realize is a weird jump of alternative rock, classical music. Yeah, it's a huge jump. I'd freak people out. When WAF stopped, I remember walking into the kitchen that next day and people going and looking at me going, "So what are we listening to today?" Like, they didn't know what I was going to play. And they kind of laughed and felt bad when I looked at them defeated, like, I don't know. And I was heartbroken. And I was heartbroken because when I went through hell, just figuring out who I was, when I went through hell figuring out what kind of person I wanted to be, this station was always on in the background. This station was always playing the songs that kept me just pushing and picking myself up by my bootstraps. This station helped fuel my dream when I wanted to start pursuing music. Because at the end of the day, my dream wasn't massive stadium tours. It wasn't like millions and millions of dollars playing music, getting the women, all these things. No. My dream was to be at my day job, listening to Mistress Carrie in the middle of the day, and hearing her go, and here's the new track from Fellowship of the Much Obliged. This is Mistress Carrie of WAF. That's all I wanted. That would be like top tier, I made it moment. Right there. I daydreamed all the time of that. I still do sometimes. It just makes me upset now because I realize it'll never happen. Why will it never happen? Well, right before COVID, 2 months into their 50th anniversary all year like celebration, on February 21st, 2020, they went off the air. WEEI sold WAAF after 50 years to EMF. EMF broadcasts K-Love out of California. I hate listened to K-Love. I say this as someone who still to this day has never missed a week of church. I hate listened to this Christian radio station because they killed the station that meant the world to me. I now, few years later, actually really like K-Love, but the original relationship I had with that station was very much love-hate.
Hey, Fellowship family. Editing Smokey here. Few points of reference to fill in some gaps in the story I've said so far. One, that kitchen story, that whole day, that last day I was playing WAAF on the radio to the point of half of the kitchen wanted to make fun of me, but they didn't because they saw the pain in my face and realized how much it meant. They didn't know the why, but they knew how much it meant and realized there was a reason I would play it every single day. And the other point to huck in, that winter right before WAF went off, when I was working in that kitchen once a week on Sunday night, I'd be driving home late at night after getting out of the kitchen, last one out. They'd have Carmelita on, playing all of the local bands. And that gave me hope. It made that dream feel real. And it made it feel so close, and then it got ripped away. Yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling, but just wanted to huck this point in just to help fill in a few gaps.
I still go back and listen to that last hour of broadcast that WAF sent off. It hurts because since COVID hit, the last 2 years pretty much killed my music dreams because WAF is gone. The next year, Eddie Van Halen died, and if it wasn't for Eddie Van Halen, I wouldn't have started playing guitar religiously as a teenager. And when I say religiously, I mean like on school vacations in high school, I would be playing guitar for 12 to 16 hours straight, only stopping to go use the restroom and eat. And then, as of this year, a few months ago, Mighty Mighty Bosstones broke up. And everything I love about Massachusetts music and rock and that energy of the music I like, it's gone. It's a memory. And it's more nostalgia now than it is in the moment. And the more time goes on, the more I just see it as I need to take it upon myself to bring that energy to new listeners. To quote the Mighty Mighty Bosstones, well, I want my city back. Now, there's still slight hope for my dream to happen because after WAF went off the air, 100.1 The Pike hired Mike Shue as their morning host, hired a year later Mistress Carey as the afternoon host. So there's still hope of like these old guard WAF hosts still announcing like, and it's the Fellowship of the Much Obliged. Now I realize this sounds like an ego trip for me. It's just, yeah. WAF was there in one of my greatest times of need trying to figure out who I was. So, the dream can kind of come true. But the true original dream of the I made it moment will never, ever come true again, because WAAF will forever be gone, but will forever live in here and in here for me, and I'm sure a lot of other Massachusetts residents. And, yeah. Smokey out.